Have you ever finished a shift in healthcare, completely exhausted, and wondered something you never expected to ask yourself? Is this actually making the difference I thought it would? Many clinicians enter healthcare because it feels like a calling. But over time, something changes. The work still matters, the patients still matter, but the system around you starts to feel broken. And if you've ever felt like you're working inside a structure that makes meaningful care harder, you're not imagining it. Today I want to talk about why so many clinicians are moving into digital health. Here's something most people outside healthcare don't understand. Burnout isn't just about long shifts, it's about losing your sense of purpose. Many clinicians enter the profession seeing medicine as a calling, but surveys show that roughly half of clinicians say that sense of calling fades over time, not because they stop caring, but because the structure of the system makes it harder and harder to practice the kind of care they trained for. Administrative burdens, documentation overload, staffing ratios designed around financial models instead of patient outcomes. Over time, even the most dedicated clinicians start asking a painful question. Am I actually helping the system get better, or just surviving inside it? And for many people, that's the moment when something shifts. I've spoken with clinicians who worked across dozens of hospitals and facilities. They kept thinking the next one would be different, a better culture, better leadership, a structure that actually supported good care. But eventually they noticed something. Every facility was a different shade of the same problem, not because the people were bad, but because the system itself was designed that way. And that realization changes everything, because once you see that the problem is structural, you realize something important. You can't fix a structural problem by moving around inside the structure. At some point, you have to step outside it. And this is where digital health comes in. Digital health isn't about abandoning healthcare. It's about changing the level at which you work on it. Instead of helping one patient at a time, you start shaping the systems that affect thousands or even millions of patients. Think about what that actually looks like. AI systems that predict disease earlier, telemedicine platforms expanding access, and technology that redesigns clinical workflows. Suddenly, your clinical knowledge isn't just used during a shift, it's used to design the systems that define how care is delivered, and that's where the impact multiplies. Healthcare technology fails when it's designed without clinicians in the room. Because clinicians carry something that can't be taught in a coding boot camp, the instinct that comes from years of patient care, knowing where workflows break, knowing where systems fail patients, knowing where safety actually lives. That insight is incredibly valuable in digital health. And that's why we're seeing clinicians move into roles like clinical transformation consultant, redesigning care delivery systems, health informatics specialist, using clinical data to improve outcomes, digital health advisor, or healthcare innovation lead. These roles don't replace your clinical identity. They scale it from one patient to an entire healthcare system. Now, when clinicians hear this, the first reaction is usually, that sounds interesting, but how would I even start? The transition usually happens in stages. First, clarity. What actually matters most to you now? Improving patient outcomes, fixing broken workflows, reducing burnout for future clinicians. Second, education. Learning the fundamentals of digital health, informatics, and healthcare technology. Many clinicians start with courses or certifications in areas like health informatics or digital transformation. Third, networking. Connecting with people already working in health tech. Digital health is one of the few industries where clinicians can transition without starting over. Your clinical experience is the value. Finally, experience. That might mean joining a hospital innovation project, advising startups, or gradually transitioning into digital health roles. Many clinicians begin part-time before moving fully into this space. One of the things I hear most often from clinicians who make this transition is something simple. I feel like myself again. The calling that brought them into healthcare never disappeared. It was just trapped inside a structure that limited what they could do. Digital health gives clinicians something powerful: leverage, the ability to fix the problems they spent years experiencing firsthand, to design better systems, to improve outcomes at scale, and to build a legacy that lasts far beyond a single shift. So let me ask you something. If you could step outside the system long enough to redesign one part of healthcare, what would you change first? Let me know in the comments. And if you're a clinician who's thinking about transitioning into digital health, I'd love to hear your story. Make sure to subscribe for more conversations about healthcare innovation, clinician careers, and building meaningful work in the future of medicine. I'm looking forward to connecting with you.